PR Connections Radio presents. This episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series is brought to you by Classy Communications PR and Advertising. Classy Communications provides public relations and marketing solutions for businesses, professionals, and non-profit organizations. They can deliver the true meaning of your business with press releases, social media marketing, web development, email marketing, book publishing, and much more. Wherever your potential clients are, they can help you connect with them. Visit classycommunications.net to learn more about their suite of services that can help your business stand out from the rest. Classy Communications is your solution for business success.
Hello there, and welcome to the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III, and I'm your host, Jesse Oakley III. Now, the purpose of the Sunday Morning Chat Series is for yours truly to ask a plethora of positive people that are making big differences in the community, whether they're speakers, leaders, writers, authors, entertainers, sports figures, you name it, they'll be right here, right now, on the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. Now, happy people, many of you know I belong to an organization called Toastmasters International, and I've held a plethora of leadership roles within this organization. And as you may have heard within the Toastmasters community, the districts in North America has merged into brand new districts, and I've interviewed district directors-elect for these new districts, and I have with you a third person I'll interview, which is a district director-elect for District 203. And to go into further details of what it's all about, please help me welcome District 203 Director-elect Sarah Cairney. Hey, Sarah, how's it going?
Hey, Jesse, it's going great. Excited to be here. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, especially that you are here on the Sunday Morning Chat Series. Really appreciate it, Sarah.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what this is all about and looking forward to this next year. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Most definitely. And with that being said, are you ready to go?
Let's do it. No time like the present.
All right. And without any further delay, let's chat. Now, the first question I have to ask you is, many of us have had our beginnings within Toastmasters, whether it is at Speechcraft University or whether it is some type of moment. We all have our day one within Toastmasters. Now, could you explain to everybody out there what was your day one in this organization?
That actually is kind of an interesting story. I've been public speaking since I was 15. I'd actually been a public speaker for over 20 years when I was first introduced to Toastmasters. And had we been in person, I probably would have never joined. I hated Zoom. When we transitioned during the pandemic to the Zoom box to things like this, I was terrified. I hated being in the little box. To be honest with you, I hated seeing my own face staring back at me and went, this is just awkward and weird. And I ended up joining my home club, Greater San Bernardino Toastmasters, as part of my work. I work for the County of San Bernardino. It is our home club. And we actually met on Zoom. And I got to practice this crazy, uncomfortable space, thinking, I'm still really good in person. And then I went to my first in-person Toastmasters meeting and realized I wasn't as good as I thought I was. I just wasn't terrified. I'd been doing it for so long, I'd gotten comfortable, but I had a lot of these bad habits that I had not quite broken out of. One of which is I tend to move too much and get a little too carried away. There was a lot of little tweaks that came up. So once I started online on Zoom, improving that skill, I found myself going in person and getting to know other people. And then from there, as you know how Toastmasters works, years later, you're looking at the world going, how did I get here? How did I jump into this far? But it's been an amazing journey the whole way through. But yeah, all started with the pandemic and being afraid of my own picture in a Zoom box.
Hey, we all have our starts. We all have our beginnings somewhere. And that is quite the interesting beginning right here in the Zoom box. Really appreciate that story. Now, there's a thing that you're doing right now called District Director Elect. Now, you'll become District Director July 1st for a brand new district of District 203. Could you explain to people, where is District 203 and what does a district director do?
Absolutely. So a district director is the essentially CEO or leader of an entire group of Toastmasters. And our job, our role is to essentially, my favorite way someone put it was welcome to the bottom, because our
Mm.
leadership style is to help grow, support, make sure our members and our clubs are thriving and doing well. We want them to have a sense of what Toastmasters can bring and have them have their benefits and moments there. Our job as district director is to make sure that their Toastmasters life is seamless, fun, and that they're learning and growing. That's the whole role. Now, District 203 is currently a portion of Southern California, the San Bernardino, Riverside, and Inyo Mano counties up there. So we're going all the way up to the beautiful city of Fresno. So we're a nice big span. We've got Riverside, San Bernardino, Fresno, all the way up out to just touch the borders of LA and Orange County. So nice big span in California. And then we cross state borders and time zones. So that's really exciting. We go through all of Southern Nevada. So those cities, Pahrump, Vegas, that one's my most exciting. I'm so excited to go to Vegas. Boulder, Henderson, all of those areas, Mesquite in that Southern Nevada area, and on into Southern Utah for areas like St. George and Cedar City. There's more space beyond that, but there's not many clubs beyond St. George, Cedar City area. Something to look at, because there's some beautiful communities out there like Beaver, Utah, which is just a cute little town on that road out towards the end of Utah. It's just that beautiful Southern Utah drive. So excited. We're going to be a huge district spanning a lot of space and giving a lot of variety to our members. It means a lot of travel this year, which is really exciting, and coming up with ways to be in 3 places at once, because we're in such a large space. We're really going to have to come up with ways that we can all get together or all connect in another way, being creative with how we do all of that. So it's going to be a good year. I'm really excited.
And I tell you what, I-15 will be your friend when it comes to Interstate 15, where you go from the San Bernardino Riverside area, Fontana, all the way up to Barstow, all the way up to the border of Nevada and to Las Vegas, and you go to Mesquite, and you also have Cedar City, St. George. That stretch of I-15 is going to be your friend when you're traveling along District 203.
It is. You know, it's funny when you say that. I actually make that drive on a regular basis. And this year alone, stayed in St. George 3 times so far this year, because I have friends in Colorado in that Aspen Basalt area. So I drive through it, and I stayed in hotels this year in St. George, was trying to connect with Toastmasters out there. I did, however, find my favorite breakfast place in St. George and my favorite hotel in St. George already. So I know where I'm going. I've got my spots.
Yes. And speaking of spots, if you happen to be traveling along I-15, along Southern California, Southern Nevada, and Southern Utah, may I recommend in the Southern California area, love to stop at the Peggy Sue's Diner outside of Barstow. We love Peggy Sue's in that restaurant over there. And if you happen to be in St. George community, one buffet you can check out is a Chuckarama. The Chuckarama buffet is also a great buffet to stop at St. George, because they have some wonderful food over there. And also in Mesquite, they also have another Peggy Sue's in Mesquite. If you missed the one in outside of Barstow, don't worry, do not fret. There's another one in Mesquite, Nevada too. And of course, there's a town called Las Vegas, Nevada. If you want to stop in Vegas, Vegas is a cool place too.
Vegas is definitely a cool place. There's a lot going on in Vegas, all sorts of fun things to do, but it's going to be cool to see all the differences in the different cities, because we go from big city Vegas to very rural areas. I personally live in a rural area, so that's kind of fun for me to kind of see the different dynamics there. We have desert, we have mountains, we are going to have snow and summer and bright, beautiful desert weather all throughout the year. So it's kind of this crazy fun dynamic all the way up there, all the way up to Ridgecrest. And because we also go up the 395, which is another beautiful view. I love driving that 395 along the way. I always recommend stopping at the Mount Whitney Cafe. If we're going to be dropping some restaurants, got to look at that Mount Whitney Cafe right there in Lone Pine. There's also a amazing Chinese food restaurant in there built into a carousel, which is kind of a cool, unique moment. It's in Lone Pine. We don't have any clubs in Lone Pine yet, but I think that needs to change this year, because I know where that cafe is.
And in addition, you also have CA 58, which is also takes you to Bakersfield, and as well as also out the skirts of Lancaster, Palmdale, and I say Bakersfield. And there's one place called Tehachapi, and it's a nice quaint area in Tehachapi that you may want to check out as well. So you have some wonderful areas in District 203 that is waiting for you if you want to travel to this location. So it's truly fantastic and truly phenomenal.
It really is. And I'm excited because there's so many great places to stop. I think first part of this year is going to be some really good road trips over the summer, just to pop in, visit, maybe meet some people from some clubs. I'm all about a good road trip. So that's exciting for me. I will hop in a car, drive for 14 hours and be a happy clam about it. So as long as I don't have to go into LA traffic, I'm really great until there's traffic.
Hey, you and me both. And when it comes to the Southern Nevada going into LA traffic, I just say, let's bring it.
All right, when we hit traffic, I'm gonna let you drive. Okay.
All right. Now, another thing about this organization is we go through different challenges that we're able to overcome. Now, you've been in Toastmasters for a while, let's say, and there have been some type of challenges that you faced that you're able to overcome. Now, what is the main challenge that you face to overcome within your journey in Toastmasters?
I think within Toastmasters, one of the biggest challenges is we have a lot of people that burn themselves out. And we tend to jump in the deep end, myself included. I am a jump in the deep end and see if I can swim kind of person. I was a Toastmaster for right around a year when I became an area director, and I jumped right into that first leadership role. I find that what I see is a lot of Toastmasters do that, and we burn ourselves out. So we start out with this amazing, exciting year. We start out in July, ready to take on the world. And then somewhere around December, January, the momentum starts to kind of drift and drop, and we start losing that enthusiasm. And I think what we're facing there a lot of times is burnout.
Yep.
Myself included, I definitely had some moments where it's been so busy. There's so much going on, and it's exciting because it's not busy per se. And I love one of my mentors. She often says, it's not busy, it's productive.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the mindset shift. So I think the biggest thing for me this last year that I really overcame was the mindset shift from busy to productive, and learning how to change the perspective of it, because busy makes us burnt out and tired. Productive gives us a sense of accomplishment and motivation, and we can keep going. It's like, I've gotten things done, let's do this. It's kind of like when you go on a diet and you lose that first 5 pounds. It's the most exciting moment. You're ready to keep moving forward. So really one of the big ones for me this year was that big mind shift change, and then learning to ask for help, not trying to do it all 100% on my own. I am an independent gal. I will do my own plumbing. I will chop my own firewood. I will do my own yard work. I chop my own firewood. I live on a mountain. We have to have firewood. It's a thing. But I'm finding that what I need to do more is say, hey, Jesse, I really need someone for this role. Can you help me find someone, or can you help me talk to someone? I need help with these trainings. I need help with these ideas. And letting other people take those reins and shine in that role so that it's not all on one person. So getting that team together and being able to ask for help was another big one for me. All of it has been really great in Toastmasters because I've been able to learn these skills without discouragement or things that you see in the workplace. I get encouraged, and I have an amazing mentor who has helped me really learn how to balance everything out and given me permission, as it were, to say, I need help. Can someone else step in and be part of this team? So it's really been a great experience for me. So challenges, but overcame them, and now they're strengths in my life.
Ooh, that is truly remarkable. Definitely hearing that type of perspective about overcoming challenges. Now, when it comes to overcoming challenges, there are those best moments you experience within your journey. What has been some of the best moments that you had since you joined Toastmasters?
Ooh. Besides getting elected?
Yeah.
There are some amazing moments in Toastmasters. And I'll say one of my favorite things is when someone feels comfortable enough to approach me and tell me and give me solid feedback. And I think those for me are moments. During my campaign season, during that season where we're working on our roles, we're making our websites, we're trying to get our name out there so people know who we are. I got pulled aside by a couple of good people that are part of our Toastmasters group, and they said, hey, we're not seeing you in your messaging. We're missing out on who Sarah is. And Sarah is quirky, hence yellow walls in her house. I'm quirky. I'm silly. I'm fun. That's who I am at a core. I'm the one that's going to come up with the crazy game for the event. I'm the one that wants to do something we've never done before, come up with ideas that we haven't had before. So crazy, quirky, fun. And when I did my messaging, I went for that standard professional, what everyone else does messaging. And one of the best moments was being told, hey, feedback time, that's not you. We want you to be you. And it's such an empowering moment when you're with people who care about you, care about Toastmasters, care about the world as it were, but they ultimately are showing so much love by giving you feedback to say, we love who you are. Go be you in this role. Go be you in this process. It was a good wake-up call for me, but also just one of the biggest blessings I think I've had is that sense of we want who you are. And if you've ever come up from anything of feeling not enough, have 3 people pull you aside and say, we love who you are. Go be you.
Sarah, you are my type of leader, because when you were mentioning that about being myself, that has worked for myself, not only when I ran for back then to a district governor for District 33, but also when I applied for a region advisor in 2016, became regional advisor 2016-2017, and it was also key when I ran for international director back in 2022. I was able to be myself, and yes, these are important positions. The key thing is, you don't only have to be, when you apply or when you run for something, it's okay to be professional, but don't lose who you are. And was able to do that when I was running for district governor, region advisor, international director. I had to make sure that add some Jesse into you. Let people know who you really are as a person. So if you're able to do that, that brings out more natural you and who you are. And that seems to attract more people who want to know who you are. And I love that answer. And I just had to say in the back of my mind, you are my type of leader, Sarah. And I look forward to working with you in 203.
Thank you so much. That's a huge compliment, because that's really, I think, where we need to be going is be you in leadership. Don't change yourself to be everybody else. Just be yourself and you can see great things happen. Absolutely.
All right. Fantastic. Now, let's say that you are at a District 203 event and there's a young and up and coming Toastmaster, someone who's new. They come up to you and say, Sarah, Madam District Director, you are an inspiration to me. I've seen you at work, I've seen you in action, and I'm highly impressed. I'm so impressed that I want to be in your shoes, and I want to be just like you. If you were to meet up with someone who is a new and up-and-coming Toastmaster, and they tell you something like that, what advice would you give that new Toastmaster who wants to be in your shoes?
Without sounding cliche, just do it. Don't hold back. Don't wait to feel like me. And one of the things I always tell people is do not look at my year 20, my level 20, as I like to call it. Focus on your year 1. We often run into this world where we start comparing ourselves to people we want to be, but not in a way of how can I get there? In a way of, well, I'm not there yet, so I can't. And I want people to really focus in on where they're at. The only person you're really ever competing with is the person you were yesterday. Let that person go, move on, be yourself in what you want to do, and just go for it. Just start stepping in. Find yourself a mentor. Find someone who will guide you, who will lead you, who's got that personality that's going to connect with you. And that might be me, that might not be me. That's okay. Find someone that you can that can guide you as you go, and just jump in. You can't mess up Toastmasters. I have yet to see Toastmasters jail. I've been looking, but I've yet to see Toastmasters jail. This is a place and an opportunity for us to jump in and learn. Our whole purpose is here to learn. You're going to step into that role and have 900 people behind you saying, you can do this. What do you need? How can I help? So all of those moments where we've locked ourselves off saying, well, I'm not ready yet, there's no yet here. Jump in, get started, start with something like area director. And if you're scared of area director, go be an assistant area director and follow someone else around for a year and see how they're doing it. There's no set way to be a leader in this organization, and there's no set way to move forward. Just jump in, do it. We'll guide you along the way. We will all be here to help make sure you're successful.
That is perfect point right there. And that is great advice for that young and up-and-coming Toastmaster. Now, the next question I do have for you is, there's some people out there that's never heard of Toastmasters that are watching this episode. And if you could offer any information about Toastmasters, where they can go, what's the best place they can go to know more about this wonderful organization?
Well, the best place and probably the easiest place to get a hold of is toastmasters.org. That is probably the greatest spot to start. Get on there, go into Find a Club, go into what's your first meeting like. There's all sorts of resources out there on there. We actually last 2 years in District 12 had created a business card. Our past district director actually created this business card that we can hand out. It's got a QR code and it takes you straight to Find a Club. And it's something that we can hand out and give to people, and it just gives that resource. The other thing I would say is find a Toastmaster and talk to them. Have that person that says, this is what Toastmasters has done for me. This is where it's at. This is what it is. And we see a lot of the higher level of Toastmasters kind of out there. We see that district level out there, and sometimes that can be a little intimidating. Go visit a club. Go to that hometown community club, at the Denny's, at the IHOP. Those are my favorite. At the IHOP, at the Sammy's restaurant down the street, whatever that place looks like, and actually meet the people who are there. When you're in there, you're gonna see people who care, who are supporting each other and care for each other. Now, if you go in there and you're not getting the right place, the right vibe, that's not feeling like your kind of place, guess what? Especially in 203, we're gonna have 150 clubs for you to go check out. If that club doesn't work for you, check out another club. What I find is each club kind of has its own personality, and that personality is going to jive with different people. There are clubs that are more professional, that are really working towards a professional growth and that promotion track, and now you're going to go there. We have clubs that are specialties, looking at how to be a distinguished Toastmasters, which is one of the wonderful awards that we can get here in Toastmasters, one of the things that we can do. And it's a great program. And there's a whole club that at least we have in 12 that helps everyone get through all of the things you need to do and helps put out, I guess, more DTMs, as we like to call them, to help them get through that program. There's also community clubs that are coming together to talk about political information, political environments. We have a club that their whole purpose is political activation. And it's interesting because there's people on both sides in the same club learning how to go talk in front of the city council. And they go to city council meetings and they do those kinds of things to move things forward. So there's all sorts of areas you can get into in Toastmasters that give you a different perspective. So if you're looking for a political career, there's a club for that. If you're looking to promote in your job, there is a club for that. If you're looking just to have some community connection and fun and learn something, there's a club for that. So find the one that fits for you. And when you're really stuck, ask a Toastmaster that's been a Toastmaster for a minute, because some of us are in 4 or 5 plus clubs and can tell you where to go. Guilty. Yes, we all end up with multiple clubs. You start with one, and the next thing you know, you're adding one more. And then you want that in-person club. And then there's that club over there. And now I'll tell you, I'm looking at a club up in Quebec that actually does French. And it's a French club. And I'm going, I could go learn French from a French club. So there's all sorts of things in this organization as a whole, and we can all come together and connect.
C'est bon et quel bon surprise, mademoiselle. All right.
I'm like, it's been a while. I think I gotta start with some Duolingo first.
Hey, it's the same here, because French is extremely rusty in my end, and I can barely survive Montreal, let alone Paris, France, which will probably happen in 2027. Wink, wink. And never. I digress. Now, the next question I do have for you is, this is a shout out portion of the interview, and it gives you the opportunity to give a shout out to as many people as you possibly can. So if you'd like to give a shout out for people that made your journey possible to this point as district director, who would you like to give a shout out to?
I think I have a list of about 45 people. If I write them all out, there's so many people, and I don't want to miss anyone, but I have quite a few mentors.
Right.
I have to say, first and foremost, and I'm going to eventually get a t-shirt made with this person's face on it. I've warned her. And it's Sunita Jain. She's in our district. She's currently our finance manager. She was the first person who saw me in an event and went, "You would make a really great area director." And then followed up with me, and then followed up with me again. And so I say often, it's all Sunita's fault that I'm here. Now, I only say that when things are going well. When things are going bad, then that's just me. That's my problem. That's my fault. But when things are going well, Sunita's the one that brought me in, who encouraged me, who told me that I had potential. And it was something I hadn't heard in such a long time that it was just wonderful to have someone see something in me. And I think she saw something, because I've gone all the way through area director, division director, club growth director, program quality director, and now into district director elect in a whole new world. So Sunita Jain is one for me. That's a big one. And I really do think maybe at one of the conferences, I'm going to get a big t-shirt and just put her face on it. She's going to hate me, but there is that. I also have several amazing mentors that I've quoted today. So I got to probably throw a shout out. Busy, from busy to productive, that's Esther Pafla. She's one of our amazing past district directors. She is absolutely phenomenal. And I think I still quotes from her on a regular basis, but she's definitely been a big mentor for me and a great encourager. I have my Lois Sicking, who's always got my back, and she's always encouraging me from behind the scenes, from in front of the scenes. She's the one that woohoos the moment my name comes up, and there's nothing more wonderful than that. She's also sat on the phone with me a few hundred times going through, what do I do? And another big mentor of mine, Charlotte Noggle. She's actually been super supportive as I go through things. She sits with me on a regular basis and listens, helps encourage and guides. There's so many people that have touched my Toastmasters life. Like I said, I hope I don't miss anybody. Oh, Jeremiah Lyle. That's another big one. Past district director out here. Surprisingly, I've known him from before my Toastmasters journey, came back to Toastmasters and went, what are you doing here? So it was a comedic re-engagement of an old friend, but he is definitely one of the people that has been a sounding board and a supporter as I've gone through my Toastmasters journey in so many ways. There's so many people. I've got Francisco Sanchez, an amazing friend who's helped me with a lot of statistics. There's, oh my goodness gracious, I'm going to forget names now. I'm trying to think of everyone.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's just amazing the people you can connect with and who are there and supportive in so many ways. And even just sometimes watching someone else's journey is inspiring. One of our current area directors, she's been an area director twice now, Samantha Naranjo. She's one of our local area directors at the moment. She has been such a pivotal person because she's one of those people that just gets engaged and is always so excited to be there. And I look at that and I'm going, that's the energy we need. And so I'll mirror that energy in some ways, and she helps boost my energy in so many ways. So many people, but it's definitely an amazing experience. And if I didn't say your name and you know you're one of my people, I'll put you on something later. Don't worry. We'll get the names all out there throughout the year.
And I'm sure there's room in a t-shirt, and a brand new t-shirt, I believe.
Yeah. I'm just going to do like a down the back. If we make it to France as a distinguished district, I'm going to do a list of names on my shirt for that day of all the people who helped us get there. So everyone is there with us in Paris. That's going to be the goal, right?
Wow. That is good. That is very, very good. Now, the final question I do have for you is addressed to the people that watch this podcast. And this people are my crew, and they're called the Happy People. And they always are amazed and inspired by so many words of wisdom from the people I've had on this podcast. So if you have an opportunity to talk to the Happy People and give them one more words of wisdom, what would it be?
One more word of wisdom. I think one of the things I always live by is success is the fruit of your failure. I am a huge fan of failure is the way we learn and grow. So if you think you failed, there is no such thing. You pick up, you learn, you move forward, you keep going. And that is how you really get to true success. You are going to fail, quote unquote, along the way, but it's an opportunity to learn and grow. The only time I really see failure is when people crawl under the blankets, hide their heads, and give up. Don't give up. Keep moving forward, because all of those times that you failed are just learning hidden in a different mask. So keep going, be successful, because all we got to do is keep learning and growing.
And Sarah, that is a perfect bookend to a wonderful episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series. And on behalf of all the happy people that are watching this, I thank you for taking the time to be here on the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you so much, Jesse.
All right, and this concludes this episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series. For more information on PR Connections, go to prconnectionsradio.com. But wait, there's more. If you want to check out a plethora of podcasts that are under the PR Connections brand, go to YouTube, type in PR Connections, hit subscribe, share, comment, and like, and hype the videos that are on PR Connections, especially under the PR Connections brand. But wait, there's also more. If you want to check out past episodes that I've done, interviewing plethora of positive people that are making big difference in the community, go to YouTube again and type up Sunday Morning Chat Series, and you'll get a chance to subscribe, comment, like, and hype the different videos that are out there of me interviewing plethora of positive people that are making big difference in the community. I've done videos from 2020, 2021, 2024, 2025, and right here, right now in 2026. That's right, 5 years of interviews of the Sunday Morning Chat Series with yours truly, Jesse Oakley III. On behalf of Sarah, this is Jesse Oakley III signing off, and stay tuned for our next episode, which will take place Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, you take care of yourselves, and always, always, always have a great day. Bye.
The Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce brings businesses and nonprofit organizations together to create synergistic relationships that benefit the community. Join our tribe to network with community and business partners, increase sales, improve fundraising efforts, differentiate your brand, help worthy nonprofits, and more. Become a member today. Visit our website, causemarketingchamber.com, to see how we can help you grow your business or your nonprofit organization. Click on the Join Now button at causemarketingchamber.com. Help us build a world where social responsibility is the new bottom line. PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.